All right, so today we're going to talk about the different types of deadlifts and help you decide which one is right for you. So there's three main types of deadlift when you get into any type of fixed barbell movements. And so the first is conventional, there's a sumo, and then we have our trap bar deadlift, right? So we're going to do a quick demonstration of each before we move around. So the first is going to be the conventional. So the hands are just outside the shoulder width. You're grabbing the bar, feet are set at hip width, shoulders back, chest up. You go to stand up, keep the back flat, stand up and lower back down. All right, so this is a hip dominant movement, but you're going to get a lot of quads here as you push the ground away. Engaged, right? So this is the position you want to be in here. All right, so next we have our sumo deadlift, and this is going to be a little bit different variation, much more leg dominant. And this is going to be where the feet are outside the shoulder width, the hands are inside the shoulders, so inside the feet and knees. You're really going to sit back into those hips, pull the shoulders back, lift up, keep the shoulders back, chest up, and drive down. This is going to be more demanding on your mobility and more hip dominant, which is another alternative to that, right? Third, we have our trap bar. And so this is a whole different piece of equipment, and obviously you can see you're in the middle of this, you're trapped in this. It's a hex bar, whatever you want to call it, there's different shapes, so anything that designates that. But the point is that you're in the middle of this. It's the same setup as a conventional deadlift where the hands are just outside the shoulder width. But you can see there's a neutral placement, so the thumbs are pointed forward, more relaxed shoulder placement here, shoulders back, chest up. And what this does is it puts you in the middle of the weight. So you don't have to balance forward and backwards against the weight, you can just stand up and down. It's intuitive and has a lot of direct application. Also a little more quad dominant than per se hip dominant when you get with a bar movement, right? So the question now is, which is best for you?
So if you are an athlete, more in the youth population, you participate in sports, and even the adults that still like to maintain an active lifestyle, the trap bar is going to be the better one because it puts you in more of a natural athletic position. Not a lot of times are you going to be on the field and you lower down with grabbing something in front of you or with your feet out super wide like the sumo. A lot of the times you're going to hinge the hip back, hands by your side, and jump up, something like that, jumping up to grab a rebound, jumping up for a header. The trap bar is going to be the most beneficial position for you.
Athlete friendly.
Right, and then we have something like the conventional.
Well, too on this is the hand height, it's higher. So if you're taller or if you don't necessarily have as much range of motion, remember the goal here is to load the hips,
right,
be explosive, so when you jump, you're here to here. So you're not necessarily squatting all the way, you're rarely in this position in a sport. So this is going to load you to be explosive here. So if you are a taller person, it's not a problem to put more weight into this and increase the height. And you see with something like this where you can have a taller one, you can flip it upside down and have them, like let's say the same height there, you can change that around. This is one I'd say for people who their primary objective is not on the maximum weight you can lift here, but it's on performance, right? Right. But then you come over to the other one, the regular bar.
So with the regular one, you either have the conventional or the sumo. The conventional is what you see in the traditional powerlifting competitions, all right? Feet are in, hands are right outside the knees. You can get away with a lot of things in the conventional deadlift because the hips don't have to sink as low as they would in the sumo. So a lot of the times, people will complain about lower back problems whenever they do the conventional, just because they might not lock the shoulders back. So instead of shoulders back and pull from here, the hips shoot back and the shoulders stay down, and then you kind of end up pulling like this. So if you are one of those people that complain about the low back problems or experience that whenever you are doing the conventional, a lot of the times the sumo is a good benefit or a good transition exercise for that.
And don't get us wrong, there's probably something with your form that's throwing you off in the conventional, but there is something people undervalue, which is just a lot of upper back strength and quad strength to keep that position as you lift up. Right. And let's just say with the conventional, the sumo, there's a lot of, you have to be in the right position to be able to get any type of leverage. But with the conventional, you could be in a position and have your hips down, high, really high, everything from a very strict, very squat, like clean, like deadlift to a RDL, and still pick the weight up. So I think that's what we're getting at. It's like, you, just because you're doing a conventional, if it's causing you stiffness or problems, you got to step back and do that, but also stepping into a more restrictive type of movement may be beneficial for you.
Right, and then the sumo, so if you want something, like again, you are experiencing a little bit of back pain, but you still want to deadlift, the sumo is a good transition exercise for that, but also sumo can challenge your mobility a whole lot more in the kind of external rotation of the hips and the knees, because you have to sink the hips a little bit lower and to keep the knees out over the toes instead of coming in like this, right? Keep the knees out over the toes, rotate the hips out. It's also a little bit more leg dominant. So if you feel like your hamstrings are lacking a little bit, that might be your weak muscle in your leg or thigh area, the hamstrings also get a ton of work within the sumo.
Yeah. If you go, so as his point is talking about the rotation, if you get down to the squat and you get stuck with your knees, you can't rotate in, there's a rotation problem internally and externally. You have to be able to get that position, but your torso has to have that. So this is what he's talking about, is if you can't get to that position, this is gonna force you to really work on that. So if you are struggling with that, what you can do is start from the top and just start to lower into that, as opposed to trying to get down there with just your body, right? So to recap, the big three types of deadlifts with a bar, obviously you can do dumbbell or kettlebell, but if you really want to load it up, you got your trap bar, your sumo, and your conventional. The sumo and conventional are going to be more for the total power output type athletes, powerlifters, stuff like that.
And then the trap bar is just going to be the better thing for the athletes because it requires a whole lot more power output, but it also puts you in more of a naturally athletic position, something that you will be in on the court or the field, whatever your sport may be.
And if you're starting, if you're new, start there, because it's really hard to mess up. If you mess it up, you can do it.
Very true.
All right, good. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, pick your favorite. Let us know which one it is.